Welcome to the second open house for the Lookout Drive corridor study. The official comment period with respect to the materials shared in this presentation is open from March 14th to March 25th. This project is studying Lookout Drive from Lee Boulevard on the south end to 512th Street on the north end. 15 intersections are included in the study along this stretch. Based on the length of the study area, the team has divided the project into 3 segments. The north segment from 512th Street to Highway 14, the middle segment from Highway 14 to Murray Lane, and the south segment from Murray Lane to Lower Lee Boulevard. Alternatives will be shared within the context of segments later in this presentation and in following information during the study. Throughout the first engagement period in the fall of 2021, we heard the following general themes in the feedback provided. Lane configuration. The roadway may not be configured to make the best use of available space to meet the various needs of the corridor. Bike access. Bicycles do not have dedicated and safe facilities to utilize along the entirety of Lookout Drive. Traffic speeds. Posted speed limits are high in certain areas of the corridor, primarily in the middle segment, given the surrounding context. Roundabouts. Related to speeds and lane configuration themes, consider implementing additional roundabouts along the corridor. Pedestrian safety. Not all crossings are configured in a way that feels safe to cross Lookout Drive. Traffic noise. High speed and truck noise contribute to a higher than desired roadway noise. We also asked users how satisfied they are with the corridor as built today, both north and south of Highway 14. North of Highway 14. Almost 40% of users are somewhat dissatisfied with the corridor, and another 50% are somewhat satisfied. Common themes based on desiring better walking and biking infrastructure to allow children to get to school safely. South of Highway 14. Almost 60% of users are dissatisfied with the corridor, 10% are somewhat dissatisfied, and 20% are somewhat satisfied. Common themes revolved around speeding, noise, and walking/biking safety. Both technical analysis and the feedback received have allowed our team to formally develop a purpose and need framework for the study. The overall purpose is to identify multimodal improvements that can be made and fit them into a timing plan that is reasonable and implementable. Overarching corridor needs are to maintain acceptable traffic operations, align corridor context with speeds, and improve non-motorized connections. This slide depicts specific needs and opportunities in each segment relative to maintaining adequate traffic operations. North segment. Consider future traffic control changes to reduce side street delays. Manage future access to Lookout Drive to reduce crash potential and optimize traffic flow. Middle segment. Consider future traffic control changes to reduce side street delays. Potential to reduce number of lanes on Lookout Drive. Manage future access to Lookout Drive to reduce crash potential and optimize traffic flow. South segment. Good traffic operations are expected through 2045. Speeds are relatively high along the corridor. The existing speed limits are shown on the screen and range from 45 miles per hour in the middle segment to 55 miles per hour north of Carlson Drive. Related to pedestrian and bicycle connectivity, each segment has a variety of needs and opportunities. North segment. No sidewalks or trails are north of Carlson Drive. There are no marked pedestrian crossings north of Highway 14. There is a 45 to 55 mile per hour speed limit, which makes it difficult to cross on foot during high traffic time periods. Middle segment. Traffic speeds over 50 miles per hour are common. There is a 5+ lane roadway width. It is challenging for pedestrians to cross in this environment. South segment. There are no sidewalks or trails. Pedestrians and bikes frequently use the shoulder. Reconsider need for truck climbing lane. As development continues to occur, added traffic will continue to increase pressure at intersections along the northern portion of the corridor. North segment alternatives include intersection modifications at Tim Road, Carlson Drive, and Howard Drive, as well as potential changes to the roadway itself north of Carlson Drive. Roadway changes would include ensuring proper pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure is incorporated. The portion of roadway north of Carlson Drive currently is a 2-lane roadway. As development occurs, continuing the three-lane design from the south into this area will help manage conflicts, provide necessary turn lanes at key intersections, and allow for pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure to be installed. Middle segment alternatives include intersection modifications at Commerce Drive, Upper Lee Boulevard, and Howard Drive, as well as potential changes to the roadway design itself, as described in the following slides. The city is planning to construct a trail on the east side of Lookout from Commerce to Marie as part of a Safe Routes to School project in 2024, shown on the slide as a dashed line. All concepts will incorporate that connection into the design. The existing roadway section is 5 lanes wide, with 2 lanes in each direction and a center turn lane. The existing roadway section has a capacity of approximately 25,000 vehicles per day, which is about 2 times higher than the existing traffic volumes. Future traffic volumes are projected to be less than 15,000 vehicles per day in 2045. The 5-lane roadway design is not necessary to manage the levels of traffic forecasted for this corridor. Therefore, reduced footprint scenarios were considered as shown on the following slides. Middle segment roadway concepts. Alternative 1 would include a 4-lane divided urban typical section, a raised median in place of existing 2-way left turn lane, and would maintain existing outside curb limits. Alternative 2 would include a 2-lane divided urban typical section, a wide raised median, left turn lanes with pedestrian refuge at intersections, and would maintain existing outside curb limits. Alternative 3 would include a 3-lane urban typical section, a 2-way left turn lane, and would reduce overall roadway width and increase green space outside of the roadway footprint. The south segment from Marie to Lower Lee Boulevard contains one main intersection at Carroll Court and also the scenic overlook partway down the hill. This segment of Lookout Drive does not have dedicated pedestrian or bicycle facilities, and users are frequently seen using the roadway shoulder on this high-speed segment. This is a missing link in the non-motorized network to allow users to travel between Lower and Upper North Mankato, as well as access amenities such as the scenic overlook. The main goal of alternatives in this area of the corridor is to install dedicated pedestrian and bicycle facilities. 4 alternatives were considered to add connectivity as shown on the slide. 2 involve retrofitting a connection into the existing roadway width, while 2 require widening to add the connection. The goal is to connect from Marie to Lower Lee. The first retrofit alternative can fit a minimum trail width connection into the existing roadway footprint by repurposing shoulder space and narrowing lanes. The second retrofit alternative can install a wider trail with additional buffer between moving vehicles by removing the second northbound lane. Heavy truck traffic counts taken as a part of this study are not high enough now or in the future to justify a second lane used for climbing. In addition, the majority of truck traffic using Lookout Drive is able to utilize Highway 14 and 169 to navigate to their destinations. Both alternatives require the use of a physical barrier to separate the trail from vehicle traffic as shown. The second set of alternatives requires roadway widening. In both cases, the roadway itself will remain as it is today, with 1 lane southbound and 2 lanes northbound. Widening option 1 would construct a trail on the northeast side of Lookout Drive, and widening option 2 would do the same on the southwest side. In both cases, topographic and geotechnical considerations would add significant cost and potentially render a design infeasible. For this reason, neither of the widening concepts is being pursued any further. Based on what you just saw and heard, we would like your feedback. Please complete the survey on the project website to share your thoughts about the variety of ideas shared today. Following this round of engagement, the project team will be compiling feedback and refining alternatives. Refined alternatives will include more specifics about how these various ideas will look in the context of Lookout Drive, including the intersection modifications mentioned. Once alternatives are refined, a third public input period will occur this summer. If you have any specific questions or comments you would like to directly inform the team about in a way other than what is available on the website, please use the contact information here. Thank you.